All right, let's dive into a really fascinating story from the ancient Indian collection of fables, the Panchtantra. Now, this isn't just some old tale. It's basically a masterclass in manipulation. It shows how a simple narrative, told at just the right moment, can become one of the most powerful weapons in the world. So let's break down how it's done.
So let's start with the central question here, a question that's really at the heart of this whole thing. Imagine you have two powerful friends, right? An unbreakable bond. How do you tear that apart? Do you use force? No. Betrayal? Not directly. The answer is actually way more subtle and honestly, far more effective.
That's it. It's that simple. Just a well-told story. You see, the right narrative planted in the right ear can totally poison a mind. It can shatter trust, and it can lead straight to tragedy. And today, we're going to see exactly how that works, step by step.
Okay, so it all kicks off with a cunning jackal's plan, a plan that's born from good old-fashioned jealousy and ambition. So, in our main story, we've got three key players. First, there's Pingalaka, the mighty Lion King. Then there's his new best friend and trusted confidant, a bull named Sanjivaka. And of course, watching from the shadows, we have a very jealous jackal minister named Damanaka. Damanaka feels like he's been pushed aside, and he knows he can't challenge the lion or the bull with brute force. So he picks a different weapon entirely, psychological warfare. He decides he's going to tell the king a story, a very specific, carefully chosen fable designed to plant a tiny seed of doubt.
And so, Damanaka starts his tale. This is the story within the story. It's about another jackal, this one named Chandravava. One day he's desperately hungry, so he wanders into a city looking for food. And well, things go very, very wrong for him.
He's being chased by this pack of vicious dogs, and to save his own skin, he leaps into a dyer's house. He lands right in this huge vat of indigo dye. When he finally crawls out, he's not a normal jackal anymore. He's this weird, unnatural, kind of terrifying shade of blue. To everyone else, he's completely unrecognizable.
And as the old text tells us, this new identity isn't just some temporary costume he can wash off. It's permanent. Like glue or a shark's bite, this indigo dye has stuck to him. It has fundamentally changed how the world sees him, and as we're about to see, how he sees himself.
Now, Chandravava doesn't just run with this disguise. Oh no, he weaponizes it. He sees the other animals running away from him in terror, and he totally seizes the opportunity. First, he claims he was sent by the gods to be their king, and he even gives himself a new royal name, Kukudruma. Then, to make his rules seem legit, he starts giving out jobs to powerful animals like lions and tigers. And then comes the most crucial move. To protect his secret, he banishes all the other jackals from the forest, his own kind. A ruthless but pretty genius move.
And for a long time, the plan works perfectly. King Kukudruma is ruling the forest. He's respected, he's feared by everyone, he feels safe, powerful, he's completely suppressed his old self. But you can never truly escape who you really are, can you? As he's sitting there on his throne, all high and mighty, a familiar sound echoes through the jungle. It's a sound from his past, a sound that just cuts right through his royal persona and speaks directly to his deepest, most primal instincts.
It's the call of his own kind. A pack of jackals, the very creatures he banished, is howling somewhere off in the distance. And for the first time in a long, long time, the so-called king feels this powerful pull towards his true nature.
The instinct is just too strong to fight. The original story says his eyes fill with tears of joy. In that moment, he forgets his disguise, his crown, all the lies. He just stands up on his throne, lifts his head to the sky, and lets out this long, loud, unmistakable jackal howl. It's a single, fatal mistake.
And just like that, in an instant, the entire illusion is shattered. The lions, the tigers, the elephants, they all look at their divine blue king, and all they hear is the cry of a common jackal. The text says they lowered their heads in shame for having been fooled so easily.
And that shame, it turns to rage, fast. The animals, feeling totally deceived and humiliated, they turn on him. He tries to run, but there's nowhere to go. The Indigo King is torn to pieces by the very subjects who once worshipped him.
So, with the Indigo King's fate sealed, the fable ends. But remember, this was never just a story. It was a weapon. And now, Damanaka turns back to the Lion King, ready to use it. With that brutal image of the torn-apart king fresh in the lion's mind, Damanaka delivers his twisted moral. See what he does here? He warns the king, anyone who casts aside their own kind, like you, a lion, casting aside me, a jackal, in favor of an outsider, like that grass-eating bull Sanjivaka, well, they'll end up destroyed, just like King Kukadruma. He's perfectly framed the bull as a dangerous threat.
But just planting doubt in one mind isn't enough. To make sure this whole thing ends in total destruction, Damanaka has to poison the other friend too. So he scurries off to talk to the bull, Sanjivaka, pretending to be a concerned friend with a warning.
And this is it's the wicked genius of his plan. To the lion he says, "Hey, the bull is plotting to kill you. Look for the signs. His eyes will be red, he'll look aggressive." Then he goes to the bull and says, "The king plans to murder you tomorrow and feed you to the court." He's created this perfect, self-fulfilling prophecy of paranoia. Each of them is going to see the other's fear and mistake it for aggression, which will only confirm the lie Damanaka told them. It's a flawless trap.
And the poison works immediately. Sanjivaka is absolutely heartbroken, struck as if by a thunderbolt. He starts lamenting that he ever befriended someone outside of his own station, thinking that, of course, a grass-eater could never truly be friends with a meat-eater. That social order Damanaka hinted at has now been fully weaponized.
And so the stage is set. You have two friends who were once inseparable, now completely convinced the other is their mortal enemy. All their trust is gone, their bond is shattered, and a violent, deadly confrontation is now basically inevitable. All of it, because of one cunning jackal and one very well-told story.
Which brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? The story of the Indigo King is ancient, but its lesson is absolutely timeless. It shows us that narratives aren't just entertainment. They are tools of influence that can build up kingdoms or tear them down completely. Which really leaves us with one final and pretty important thought. What stories are you being told every single day, and what are they trying to make you believe?